Hi everyone, this is Venkatesh Panyam, your physics student. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in this video, I am going to explain what is the difference between speed and velocity, what is meant by average velocity, and what are the different cases of average velocity. Yeah, before I do that, please subscribe my channel and share with your friends and leave your comments if you like my videos. Let's begin today's discussion. So, first of all, you must understand what is speed, what is distance. If you look at this first diagram, this man is running from this position to this position, and you look at the way he is running on the road. His direction keeps on changing. That means when he started from here to here, he covered a distance d in time t seconds. So what is meant by speed? Speed is nothing but the distance covered per unit time. So simply we can write speed is equal to distance by time. So what is the definition of speed? Distance covered per unit time is called speed. So this otherwise called distance by time. And then now let us see the second one. Now if you look at the car, this car is moving from this point to this point. Everywhere if you look at the direction of the car, it is always constant. That means it is moving along a straight line. So this distance we call it as displacement. So what is velocity? Velocity is nothing but the displacement covered per unit time. So what is the definition for velocity? Velocity is equal to displacement upon time. So this is again S by T. Yes. Yes, in the previous class, I explained that distance is a scalar, but displacement is a vector. Why displacement is a vector? Because it has a direction. Now, since displacement is a vector, obviously velocity is a vector. So first point we should understand is that what is the direction of displacement? The direction of displacement is in the direction of motion. In the direction of motion. For example, I'll say that a man walks towards east 10 meters along east. So what is the direction of display motion along east? So what is the direction of displacement along east only? So what is the magnitude displacement 10 meter? Direction is along east. So whatever the direction of motion, displacement also has the same direction. Now come back to velocity. Velocity is nothing but I said S by T. So if I take S bar, this will become V bar. So what is the direction of velocity? It is the direction of displacement. So the direction of velocity is same as displacement. Direction of velocity is same as displacement. That means whatever may be the direction of displacement, the velocity also will have same direction. For example, if I say again, I'll take one example. A man starts from origin. A man starts from origin. He covers 10 kilometers in 2 hours along east. So what is the velocity here? Velocity is displacement is 10, time is 2, nothing but 5 kilometers per hour. 5 kilometers per hour is the magnitude of velocity. What is the direction of velocity? Along east. So we can write that 5 kilometers per hour along east. So whatever may be the direction of displacement, velocity also will have the same direction. Now, if you just compare speed and velocity. So what are the comparisons that we can make? First point, as I said, speed is equal to distance by time, and whereas velocity is equal to displacement by time. Second point, it is a scalar. It is a scalar, but whereas displacement, velocity is a vector. So when we say speed is a scalar, it can never be negative or zero. Speed can never be negative or zero. Since vector, it can be negative or zero also. So when velocity becomes zero, when displacement becomes zero. For example, I'll take an example. Suppose there is a circular path. So the radius of this r. Suppose a body starts moving from this point and it completes one round, say in t seconds. If it completes one round in t seconds, what is the speed of the body? Speed is equal to what is the distance covered? 2 pi r by t. Because for one round, the distance covered is nothing but circumference. But what is velocity? Velocity is equal to what is the displacement? Zero. Why? Because it again came back to the original position. So nothing but zero. So velocity can be zero, but speed can never be zero. And velocity can be negative because it is a vector. So in one direction, if you take positives, for example, a body starts at A, if it moves to B, if the velocity is positive, so again, if the same body move from B to A, we'll take it as negative V. Why? Because it is opposite to the initial direction. So velocity can be negative, velocity can be zero, but speed can never be zero, or it can never be what called as zero also. Speed, velocity can be right. Now, very important point, when velocity is equal to speed, when speed and velocity are equal, in the last discussion I said, when the body moves along a straight line and the direction of motion does not change, if the motion is along a straight line and the direction is constant, then we can say that speed is equal to velocity. Speed is equal to velocity. When this happens, only when the body moves along a straight line path without changing the direction. So in general, we write in general, speed is always greater than or equal to, we say, the magnitude of velocity. Speed is always greater than or equal to the magnitude of velocity. This is a very important point. This is because yesterday in the previous class I said distance greater than or equal to displacement. That's the reason why speed is greater than or equal to the magnitude of velocity. So this is a very, very important discussion we had regarding speed and velocity. Speed is positive, velocity can be positive or negative. Let us see the units. Remember, even though one is a scalar, another is a vector, both will have the same units, meter per second or kilometers per hour. Now let me convert or get the relation. 1 kilometer per hour. Kilometer is 1000 meter. 1 hour means 3600 seconds, which is nothing but 5 by 18 meter per second. So whenever the speed is given in kilometers per hour, if you want to convert into meter per second, simply multiply with 5 by 18. For example, 54 kilometers per hour is same as 54 into 5 by 18, nothing but 15 meter per second. So while solving problems, these conversions are very, very, very important. So till now we understood what is speed, what is velocity, which is positive, which is negative, and why distance is, why speed is always greater than velocity, and when it is equal, when velocity becomes zero, all that we discussed. Now, let me explain the next topic, what is meant by uniform velocity. Listen carefully. Suppose there is a car. This car, it covers here 10 kilometers in 2 hours. Again from here to here, again 10 kilometers in 2 hours. Again this 10 kilometers in 2 hours. Now let's see. So what happens here? What is the velocity of the car? In the first case, velocity is displacement by time, 10 by 2, 5 kilometer per hour. Here the same, V2 is equal to 5 kilometers per hour. Here also V3 is equal to 10 kilometers per hour. That means everywhere the velocity of the car is constant. Then we say that the car is moving with uniform velocity. Wherever you see, the car is moving with a constant velocity or uniform velocity. So what is meant by uniform velocity? The body is said to be moving with uniform velocity if it covers equal displacements in equal intervals of time. Look at here, 10 kilometers 2 hours, 10 kilometers 2 hours, 10 kilometers 2 hours. So what is the definition of uniform velocity? A body is said to be moving with uniform velocity if it covers equal displacements in equal intervals of time. Then the body is said to be moving with uniform velocity. So this uniform velocity is generally possible on perfectly smooth, straight roads. When there is no traffic, then only we can maintain uniform speed. That means without applying brakes, we can travel. Then let me tell you what is a non-uniform velocity. Now again take the same example of car. Suppose in the first case, this car covers, again let us take an example. So here it covers 10 kilometers in 2 hours. But in the next case, again 10 kilometer distance, but it took only 1 hour. This is only 1 hour. Third case, again 10 kilometers. Say let's take it takes 3 hours. Now let us calculate. So velocity here is 10 by 2, 5 kilometers per hour. In this case, velocity is 10 by 1, 10 kilometers per hour. and in this case V3 is 3.3 kilometers per hour. So what happens here? At different points, the car is moving with different velocities. So here the velocity of the car is different. Here the velocity of car is different. Here the velocity of car is different. Here the velocity of car is different. That's why it is said to be moving with non-uniform velocity. What is non-uniform velocity? A body is said to be moving with non-uniform velocity if it covers equal displacements in unequal intervals of time. Equal displacements in unequal intervals of time. There is one more way also we can take. For example, take the same example of car. These are the different positions of the car. I'll take now 2 hours interval everywhere. This is 2 hours. This is 2 hours. Here 10 kilometers. Here say 20 kilometers. Here say 15 kilometers. Now, in the first case, again, if I calculate speed, here speed is 5 kilometers per hour. Here it is 10 kilometers per hour, and the speed, sorry. Here the speed is 10, and here the speed is 7.5. So I can give two definitions for what called as non-uniform velocity. A body is said to be moving with non-uniform velocity if it covers equal displacements in unequal intervals of time, or unequal displacements in equal intervals of time. In both the cases, velocity of the body is different at different points. So in general, when we are moving on the highways, this is how we move at different points. Will have different velocities because of speed breakers, because of traffic, because of what called as the road is not proper. We need to increase and decrease the speed. So your velocity may not be same. Your speed is different, velocity is also different. Right. Now let's go to an important one. What is meant by average velocity? What is average? Now again, I'll take the example of a car. This car, it has covered from here to here, it covered a displacement S1 in time T1, a displacement S2 time T2, a displacement S3 time T3. That means in this place, the velocity of the car is V1. In this place, the velocity of the car is V2. In this place, the velocity of the car is V3. So again, it is moving with non-uniform velocity only. When the body is moving with a non-uniform velocity, how you calculate average velocity? See, average velocity is simply defined as the ratio of total displacement covered by the body by total time taken. Very simple definition. What is average velocity? Total displacement by total time. So the car starts from this point and it ends the journey at this point. So what is the displacement? S1 plus S2 plus S3. What are the times taken by it? T1 plus T2 plus T3. So simply average velocity is nothing but total displacement by total time. Whenever we find average velocity, we always use this simple equation. Now let us discuss some important applications of this average velocity. These are all very, very important. So let's understand each one. Let me take the first one. A man covers a distance S1 with a velocity V1. A distance or displacement. See, one more point. When a body moves along a straight line, whether you say distance and displacement, they are equal. I said along a straight line, whether we use word distance or displacement, that doesn't make any difference. So a man covers a distance s1 with a velocity v1 and he covers a distance s2 with velocity v2. His average velocity for the complete journey is, very simple question. Now remember, at this point the velocity of the man is v1 and it is given that it is covering uh, how much is the distance covered here? S1. From here to here it is covered S1. Now we change this velocity to V2 and with that velocity he covers a distance S2. Now we want to find out the average velocity. So what is the definition of average velocity? V average is S1 plus S2 by T1 plus T2. But in this, we don't know the times. So we have to get the times. How I get? We know velocity is nothing but displacement by time. That implies time is equal to displacement by velocity. Therefore, what is the time taken for the first displacement S1? So T1 becomes S1 by V1 and T2 become S2 by V2. Now we got the times and we know the displacement. Let us substitute. So what is the average velocity? I said displacement is S1 plus S2. T1 is S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2. Take the LCM. So V average becomes V1 V2 into S1 plus S2 whole upon S1 V2 plus S2 V1. This is the expression for average velocity of this man for his entire journey. So you follow the procedure. So whatever is the situation, you have to use only one formula, total displacement by total time. Now let me go to the second example. See, what is the question given? In this case, he's saying this. A man travels with a velocity v1 for half of the displacement and v2 for the remaining half. Then his average velocity is the same problem as the above. He is moving with the velocity v1 and here is moving with velocity v2. Remember, he said he covered up to this with the same velocity. So it is the midpoint. So half of the displacement means this is s by 2 and the remaining half is s by 2. If total displacement is s, so from here to here it is s by 2, here it is s by 2. So again the same situation we got. So V average is equal to total displacement by total time. Now in this case, what is the total displacement? Yes only by, yeah, in the previous case I said time t is equal to s by v. So what is s here? S by 2 by v. So I'll write s by 2v1 plus s by 2v2. So if you take the LCM, take s by 2 common. If I take s by 2 common, 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. Now, so this after simplification, here if you look at this, yes cancel, and if you take LCM you get 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. So ultimately V average is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. So when a man travels such that he covers half of the displacement with v1, second half with velocity v2, then the average velocity will be 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. We can extend this problem to other level also. Sometimes they say that the same man travels in this way. They'll say that he'll cover the first 1/3 displacement velocity v1 second 1/3 displacement with velocity v2, and the third 1/3 displacement with velocity v3. Now, what is the average velocity? Very simple. We can directly write. So, average velocity will be 3v1 v2 v3 by v1 v2 plus v2 v3 plus v3 v1. So in this case, since s by 2 s by 2 half of the displacement, we got 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. The first 1/3 means this is the way you can solve the problem. So if you look at both the equations, this one I can write it as like this. Since the V average is I got like this, so I can write this expression like this also. I can write, if I cross multiply that, so I think I get this as 2 by V average is nothing but 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. This way also I can express. Now, how can I express the same? This also I can express this as the same way. 3 by V average is equal to 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V2. You can expect this also like this. So, these are the expressions for average velocity when the body covers equal displacements. Now let's go to the next problem. Next situation, these are all different situations we can understand. Now listen. A man travels with a velocity v1 for time t1 with a velocity v2 for time t2. Then his average velocity is. Here what is said is moving with velocity v1, but the time is given. Here he is moving with velocity v2. Yeah, maybe running, right? A man is running with a velocity v1 for t1 seconds and with velocity v2 for t2 seconds. Again, the procedure is the same. So what is the average velocity? Average velocity is total displacement by total time. In this situation, velocities and times are given, displacement is not given. So again, use the definition of velocity displacement by time. That implies displacement is velocity into time. So I use this one. So therefore, V average is equal to, what is S1? V1 T1. So V1 T1 plus V2 T2 by T1 plus T2. This is the expression for average velocity of the man if he runs with velocity v1, v2 for different times. Suppose in this case, if T1 is equal to T2, that means man travels with a velocity v1 and v2 for the same time intervals. Okay, half of the time, let us do. That means, let us take this situation. So here the man is moving with the velocity v1 for half of the time, with the velocity v2 for half of the time. So if I take times are equal, then V average is equal to v1 plus v2 by 2. So in this discussion, two important formulas we should remember for average velocity. What are the two important formulas? Suppose they'll say, for if they move for equal displacement, for equal displacements, average velocity is 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. If they move for equal displacement, suppose for equal times, if they move for equal times, then the average velocity is simply v1 plus v2 by 2. So you should understand the two important expressions when we use this 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2, that is when the displacements are equal. When we use this expression v1 plus v2 by 2, when the times are equal. Now in the next problem, I'll see how I'm going to solve it. I'll use both the equation. This is very interesting problem. Very, very interesting problem. Yeah, just look at. So what is the question? Let me read out. A boy covers first half of the displacement with velocity v0. In the remaining half of the displacement, he runs with a velocity v1 for half of the time and with velocity v2 for the remaining half of the time. His average velocity for the entire journey is, look at this boy, how this boy is moving. This is very important. First, again, I'm just looking at the form problem. Listen, first half, this is very important. First half of the displacement. That means in this problem, let us take, this is the midpoint. So from here to here, the displacement is s by 2. From here to here, from this point, sorry, this is the end of the journey, and this displacement is s by 2, because half of the displacement, Yeah, in this case, what is said, he is running with a velocity v0 from this point till he reaches this point. He'll move with the same velocity. Now what happens is, from here and here the velocity have changed. That's what is said. What is v1, v2 here? He said, then he runs with a velocity v1 for half of the time and with a velocity v2 for the remaining half of the time. What is saying? In this case, the velocity here is v1 and the time is t by 2. Here the velocity is v2 and the time is t by 2. And then he reaches the final point. This is the problem. So what I'll do is, so we'll consider this half first. During this second half, let me take his average velocity as some v dash. I'll take this average velocity as v dash. Now you just forget about the first part, you just focus only on the second part. Just now I told you, when the times are equal, what is the average velocity? v1 plus v2 by 2. So I can write this v dash is equal to v1 plus v2 by 2. That means in the second half of the journey, the man's average velocity is v dash. Now look at, now you take this situation. Half the displacement, velocity v0, half the displacement, velocity v dash. When the displacements are equal, what is the average velocity? V average is 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. What is v1? v0. What is v2? v dash by v0 plus v dash. This is a very crucial step. So remember, when the displacements are equal, this is the average velocity. Now you simply substitute whatever the value you got for v dash. So this is nothing but 2v0 into v1 plus v2 by 2 whole upon v0 plus v1 plus v2 by 2. So if you take LCM, so you will get this answer as v average is equal to, if I take LCM, there is 1, 2 here. So ultimately 2v0 into v1 plus v2 by 2v0 plus v1 plus v2. This is the required answer for this problem. So this problem involves both the cases of average velocity. So here, first half of the displacement, second half. So here the time intervals are equal. So I said use this formula v1 plus v2 by 2. When the displacements are equal, use the formula 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Let's see one more problem, how this works out. Now in this case, what is saying? A car travels with a velocity v0 for half of the time. This is very important, half of the time. In the remaining half of the time, it covers half of the displacement with velocity v1 and the remaining half of the displacement with velocity v2 its average velocity for the complete journey. It's quite opposite problem. Again, you take midpoint of the journey. So here the car is moving with velocity v1, and from here to here the time taken is t by 2. And there is the other half of the time from here to here, the time is again t by 2. But there is a problem is different. Here is saying, here is moving with the velocity v1 and this car is moving with velocity v2. The velocity of the car, how it is moving. Now again, this is the midpoint of this second half. That means this distance is s by 2 and this distance is s by 2. It is quite opposite to the previous problem. If you look at here, s by 2, s by 2, here t by 2 due. So the opposite of that. Procedure is again the same. For this car, what I'll consider is, for this part from here to here, again, I'll take the average velocity as v dash. So since the displacements are equal, so what is v dash? 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. When the displacements are equal, this is the average velocity. Now what is the velocity for the first half of the time? v naught. So t by 2, half of the time v naught, half of the time v dash. So what is the average velocity when the times are equal? v1 plus v2 by 2. So simply v naught plus v dash by 2. So let us take this v average is equal to v naught plus, what is v dash? 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2 whole upon 2. So if I simplify that, v average is v naught into v1 plus v2 plus 2 v1 v2 by 2 times v1 plus v2. This is the required answer for the problem. So these are all the different cases of average velocity. Yeah, there are some more models on average velocity, but we can discuss them only when know the acceleration, retardation, all that we can discuss. So today's discussion, so we learned what is meant by speed, what is meant by velocity, why speed is a scalar, velocity is a vector. Then I explained what is meant by, why velocity is zero, speed cannot be zero. When the velocity is zero, speed is zero, not zero. And why speed is always greater than or equal to velocity. And we discussed when the speed and velocity are equal, what are the units, which is scalar, which is vector, all that discussion we had. Then we discussed about uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity. Remember, yeah, this is very, very important point. I'll end up this with an important point. See, if a body moves along straight line with uniform velocity, then its velocity is same as average velocity. So you are saying that wherever you see the body is having the same velocity. For example, say here 50 kilometers per hour, 50, 50, 50. If you take average, 200 by 4, 50 only. So its speed everywhere and its average speed are always the same. Okay. So now one more point regarding this, there is one more called instantaneous velocity that we'll discuss in the next class. So once again, if you like my videos, please subscribe my channel and share with your friends, and please leave your comments. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Once again, I wish you happy physics learning. Thank you again, all.